All of those people could be dead because of you. Your 4-year-old who was in the vehicle while you're driving intoxicated, 4-year-old could be dead. And when people begin to be intoxicated, they always think, well, I'm just going to the corner. I got this. And usually they don't have that agreement with the state. The court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, miss.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, miss.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, miss.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if, I'm sorry, just one moment. I'm reading the paperwork and I'm just trying to make sure something's in here. All right. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, miss.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Alvarado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, miss.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, miss.
All right, according to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $500 fine. State recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 711577. There's to be restitution payable to the following: Brian Bonilla, Bonilla, David Chavarria, Mike Rodriguez, Jaime, Hayme, Chavarria, Graciela, Graciela, Rodriguez, Mike Xavier Rodriguez, Destiny, Destany, Bustamante, Daniel Bustamante, DWI Intervention, Victim Impact Panel, and Ignition Interlock for half the term. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, or ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be assessed at a cap of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 80 hours of community service restitution, 10 days house arrest in lieu of 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a child under 15, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Good.
State, any evidence?
See it all proceeds Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
Any objection?
No.
Won't let that sink Ina 4-year-old in the car while mom's intoxicated. This is the kind of scenario that keeps judges up at night, and notice how Judge Boyd immediately frames the stakes. Life and death aren't abstract concepts, they're literal. Could this have ended in tragedy? Absolutely, and this sets the tone for the entire proceeding.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, here's the dismissal.
Oops, sorry. And let me give this to you. Showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulation. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has been on the portable device. We would ask the court to impose that or continue imposing that instead of the ignition interlock. She is no longer driving. It was an affidavit of non-driving on file with the court in a pre-trial motion to ask the court to modify that, which the court did. And we just ask that continue during her probation. Regarding the term of community supervision, we understand that the state is capped at 4 years. We are asking for 2 years. This is Ms. Maribel has very little criminal history. This is her second encounter that has landed us here. She's been very remorseful and very quick and willing to accept responsibility for what she's done or what happened, what transpired. She has insurance, which we feel should be able to compensate anybody who was involved in this. And we'd ask for the court to impose 2 years a probationary period for her.
All right, Ms. Alvarado, are you employed?
Yes, I'm a self-employed.
What do you do?
A house cleaning.
How many children do you have?
Well, living with me 2, but I have 7 on total.
I'm sorry, what?
7,
So you have a total of 7?
yes, but only 2 living with me.
All right, the 2 that are living with you, what are their ages?
4 and 14. It's gonna be 15.
All right, and the other 5, what are their ages?
He's gonna be 20. 20. I'm sorry. I'm
That's okay.
27, 24, and 23.
All right, so they're all adults.
They're married.
Okay. So are you the only person living in the household?
Right now, my brother-in-law, he came to live with me.
All right, is your sister living with you?
No, it's my brother-in-law.
No, I mean, why is your brother-in-law living with you and not your sister? I'm just curious.
Oh no, I mean we got divorced, and then I just give him a chance to.
Oh, it's your brother-in-law,
Yes.
not your sister's husband. It's your husband's brother.
Yes.
Okay. All right, State, she's saying that she has the portable device,
Yes, Your Honor.
and so they want to continue.
Here's a key point for anyone watching entering a plea ISNT. Just saying him guilty or giving up several fundamental rights. Jury trial cross-examination confrontation of witnesses. Judge Boyd is meticulous in making sure Alvarado truly understands the legal consequences. This ISNT procedural fluff. These warnings protect both the defendant and the integrity of the court.
With the portable device, I'm being told that there's an affidavit of non-driving on file. Are there any vehicles at the home?
Yes.
If there's going to be vehicles at the home, regardless of the affidavit of non-driving, she'll need an ignition interlock on those vehicles because she has access to them. Do you understand?
Yes. But I was going to ask permission not to put it on his vehicle because I mean, it's his vehicle.
No, I mean, I understand, but the problem is you have access to drive it. So if you have a relationship with your ex's family, so much so that the brother-in-law can move in with you, that means that something could come up and he can say, hey, you can drive my vehicle. Then you're driving a vehicle with no ignition interlock on it. And I understand what people will tell me. They'll say, Judge, you can trust me. I signed an affidavit of non-driving, but I've seen plenty of people who sign an affidavit of non-driving, and if they have a vehicle parked at their home, they end up driving it because a neighbor or somebody will call and say, tell the clerk, tell probation, and say, just so you know, this person is driving a vehicle without ignition interlock. And this is a very serious case. So if he wants to park his vehicle at one of the vias, what do you call those vias where you park your car there?
Parking, right?
All right.
Yeah, if he wants to park his car to park and ride, he can park his car to park and ride. But it can't be parked at your house. If it is, it's going to have an ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 711577. There's to be restitution, if any, to the following people. And counsel, if there's an issue that comes up with restitution, you can always file a motion and we'll have a hearing on it. But there's to be restitution, if any, to Brian Bonilla, David Chavarria, Mike Rodriguez, Jaime Chavarria, Graciela Rodriguez, Mike Xavier Rodriguez, Destiny Bustamante, Daniel Bustamante, DWI Intervention, Victim Impact Panel Live, Ignition Interlock for half the term. Probation, she will be allowed to do the portable device with affidavit of non-driving. And if there's no vehicle at the residence.
Pause for a second. That's a long list of restitution names. Think about it. Each name represents a real person impacted by one reckless decision. The sheer scope of responsibility here is staggering. Ask yourself, if this were your family, how would you react to the idea that your life could have been endangered in a split second?
So if something were to happen and he decides to do the park and ride and not have the vehicle at the residence at all, then you can do the portable. But if that's not the case, you're going to do ignition interlock for half the term. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe I said 2 years suspended and probated for 4 years. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. And once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed to be satisfied. Proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs, make sure they test for alcohol. There's to be 30 days house arrest in lieu of the 10 days of the Bexar County Jail. And the court is doing that because I note that you have a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old. And I know the 14-year-old could probably take care of the 4-year-old. I babysat when I was that age. But I know it's something the 14-year-old should not be doing because they have school going on. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And probation, if there are no issues, then you can cease the visitations or do them as you see fit. And there's to be the DWI education course. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to go off the record. Here's the thing. A lot of people, sometimes they have no plan to drink where they're going. And I say sometimes, I would say about 15% of the time, people have no intention to drink at whatever the event they're at. But normally people do know they're going to drink. Anytime you're going to drink, I don't care if you're just thinking, I'm just going to take one drink. You need to have plans in place for a designated driver, because guess what? When people begin to be intoxicated, they always think, well, I'm just going to the corner. I got this. And usually they don't have this. And in your situation with those people that were in an accident, and it says they were non-fatal accidents, I'm sure it was fender benders, right? All of those people could be dead because of you. Your 4-year-old who was in the vehicle while you're driving intoxicated, 4-year-old could be dead. And the reason why I say that is because, and I say this, my statistic.
This is classic courtroom realism. Judge Boyd isn't swayed by sentiment or promises on paper. If there's access to a vehicle, you must have an ignition interlock. Affidavits don't magically prevent someone from driving. They rely on trust, and in law, trust alone isn't enough when lives are at stake. This is a textbook example of risk management in sentencing.
The professor will be upset because I haven't done any statistics on it. But guess what I've discovered? Just in my time on the planet and doing this type of work, usually the person who is intoxicated, I don't care if there's a big fire explosion, if they ran into the beauty salon where everybody is, usually the person who's intoxicated walks away just fine. Some people say because you're so laid back and loose because you're intoxicated. Usually the person who ends up dying, soccer mom, just taking the children to soccer practice. In this court, I've had people where the grandfather ends up dying, just going on an anniversary to pick his wife up a meal to surprise her. Usually it's the children in somebody's car. These people either end up dying or either they end up getting injured and they're never the same again physically. I had somebody come in telling me as a complainant, I can no longer do the things that I used to do. I'm in constant pain. So when you go someplace and you know you are going to drink, you need to have plans in place. I don't drink alcohol. I don't think it tastes great. So usually I was always the designated driver, which means Sprite with lime was always free for me. People like, Stephanie, we'll buy your meal because you're the designated driver. If you get to a place and you didn't anticipate that drinking was going to be involved, you need to tell them, I don't have a backup plan, so I'm not going to drink at all. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Probation will speak with you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.